In the bustling city of Grandview, where towering skyscrapers met narrow alleyways, three lives were about to intertwine in the most unexpected way. First, there was Ryan, a bright-eyed 10-year-old boy with messy brown hair and an infectious smile. Despite coming from a modest background, he possessed a heart full of dreams and an unshakable belief in kindness. Then there was Mr. Richard Carter, a wealthy businessman in his late 50s. With his tailored suits, sleek black hair graying at the edges, and piercing eyes hidden behind expensive glasses, he was a man of power but had long forgotten the simple joys of life. And finally, there was Samuel, a humble street vendor in his 40s. His rugged hands bore the marks of years of labor, his clothes were worn but clean, and his deep-set eyes reflected both hardship and wisdom. One evening, as Ryan walked home from school, he saw Samuel struggling to push his cart full of fruits up a steep road. Without hesitation, the young boy rushed to help. At that very moment, Richard's luxury car was stuck in traffic nearby. From his window, he observed the scene, how a child with nothing to gain was helping a struggling vendor. Something stirred inside him. As Ryan and Samuel reached the top, the cart suddenly tilted, and a few fruits rolled onto the street. Ryan quickly picked them up, dusted them off, and placed them back, smiling. "You didn't have to help me, son," Samuel said, patting the boy's shoulder. "If we only help when we have to, the world would be a sad place," Ryan replied cheerfully. Richard, stepping out of his car, approached them. "That was impressive, young man," he said, his deep voice commanding attention. Ryan looked up, a bit surprised. "It's nothing, sir. Anyone would do it." Richard chuckled. "Not everyone. Tell me, what do you dream of?" Ryan's eyes lit up. "I want to build schools for kids who can't afford them." Samuel smiled while Richard felt a pang of guilt. He had wealth, yet he had done little to help others. That night, Richard couldn't shake the boy's words from his mind. The next morning, he sought out Samuel and Ryan. To their shock, he proposed an idea, a foundation to provide education for underprivileged children. Richard provided the funds, Samuel managed the operations with his street-smart wisdom, and Ryan inspired young students. Together, they built something greater than themselves. Moral of the story: true peace and satisfaction come from helping others. At first, Richard Carter believed that wealth, success, and status were the ultimate measures of a fulfilling life. However, despite all his riches, he felt a void, an emptiness that no material possession could fill. Ryan, a child with almost nothing, taught him an important truth. Real peace and happiness come not from what we earn, but from what we give. Samuel, despite being poor, had experienced joy in small acts of kindness. But when he became part of something bigger, helping build schools and changing lives, he found a deeper sense of purpose. This story reminds us that happiness is multiplied when shared. When we help others, we don't just change their lives, we change our own. Money alone doesn't bring fulfillment. True wealth is found in generosity and human connection. Acts of kindness inspire others. One small act of selflessness can set off a chain reaction of goodness in the world. You don't have to be rich to help someone. You just need a heart willing to try. In the end, Ryan, Samuel, and Richard didn't just change the lives of children. They changed themselves. Because when you help others rise, you rise with them.